Against all odds, Henry Gendreau reached his goal of studying animation in CEGEP, for once reveling at the idea of making long-term friendships.
I was excited for when I was going to continue a second semester, but it was unfortunate when I got removed.
Gendreau was accepted to the program on one condition. He had to obtain an exemption to his mandatory French classes in high school, which he failed. Gendreau is autistic and was nonverbal until the age of 5. He was never able to fully learn French. The Charter of the French language grants children with serious learning issues a waiver from having to pass French. But the Education Ministry rejected Gendreau's request because he missed a lot of classes.
I've not only lost the skills I've wanted to obtain, it also hits me personally because I've lost a lot of friends. It leads to a sort of loneliness and emptiness that I worried that I hoped that I would never feel again.
His father, Daniel, says his absences were because Henry was being tutored to help pass the rest of his subjects. He says early on, his doctors recommended his bilingual family stick to speaking English only to him. To complicate things, the Gendreaus were a military family and moved locations 6 times, including to the United States, where Henry didn't have access to French classes. Gendreau says he was told he could apply for the exemption at the end of high school. It was a 7-month-long process he calls obscure and frustrating. There is no appeal process.
How can there be no appeal process when we didn't even understand the decision and we were never clearly explained why the decision was made? I think it's just absolutely unacceptable.
Gendreau says despite all the documents proving Henry's challenges, the ministry failed to see the whole picture.
I'm very sad that his case slipped through the cracks.
Christopher Craig says rejections to exemption requests are frequent and impactful for students.
They might not be allowed to achieve their full potential and might possibly leave school at high school because of these rejections.
He says former Education Minister Bernard Dranville told English school boards making the process easier would be our priority. But he says that didn't happen. Education Minister Sonia Lebel declined our request for an interview. As for Gendreau,
all I can say is that is for the governments to do better, to not make the same mistake that they made with me.
He's now enrolled in a private high school in Ontario, where he will try to get his diploma and keep his dream alive.